Hello and welcome to the IMIS Data Bridge plugin overview video. IMIS, which is classified as an Engagement Management System, or EMS for short, is known to be the most widely used EMS service across the world. An engagement management system is designed to manage the aspects of user engagement. Many businesses utilize EMSs to monitor the interaction of product sales, history of events, training, and certifications received by users, thus granting the business with an opportunity to personalize their user experience to market products and services with greater engagement. IMIS provides the following features. You can learn more about these features and about IMIS by navigating to this link. Integrating IMIS with Moodle is made simple with the IMIS Data Bridge plugin, developed by Lingel Learning. With Virtual Slate, you get access to the IMIS plugin with any hosting plan. This plugin allows for the two-way interchange between the Moodle and IMIS platforms. This exchange allows for the automation of Moodle account creations, course enrollments, course and activity completions, along with user login data and group information between the two platforms. Let's get started by configuring the plugin at the site level. Begin by navigating to the Site Administration menu. Select the Server tab and scroll down to find the Manage Tokens link, listed in the Web Services section. Begin by creating a new token on the following page, and select the user who you wish to assign this token to. In the Service setting, select the IMIS Data Web Service option. It is important to mention that the token will only be created if the user account is allowed for this web service. You can add users to the web service by navigating to the External Services link listed in the Web Services section in the Site Administration menu. For the IMIS Data Web Service function, click the Authorize Users link to add or remove users from this web service. Be sure to save your changes. A successful token generation should display that token generated on the Manage Tokens page. This token will be used when making web service requests. Site administrators can access the IMIS plugin settings by navigating to the Plugins tab in the Site Administration menu. In the Local Plugins section, select the IMIS Settings link. In the Other IMIS Settings section, you can choose to enable or disable the IMIS plugin. With the plugin enabled, it allows for the functioning of the scheduled task in the backend and outgoing web service requests to be made. The Contact IMIS ID holds the ID of the person notified by the data. The Send Course Group Data multi-select field allows you to select which courses will have their group information sent back to the IMIS site. The web service URL holds the URL to the web service. The Send Group Data parameter and Send User Login parameter settings hold the web service parameters for sending both the group and user login data. You can choose to leave these as per the default values. The Activity Completion Data Type setting determines the data type to be sent to IMIS for activity completion types. The Send User Login for All, Send Activity Completion for All, and Send Course Completion for All settings, if enabled, will send the login information, activity completion, and course completion information to IMIS services respectively. This information is sent for all users irrespective of their Moodle authentication method. The Send Activity Data parameter and Send Course Completion Data parameter settings determine the name of the web service parameters responsible for sending activity and course completion data. The IMIS ID field setting allows you to map a custom Moodle user profile field where the user's external ID is stored in. The Enrollment Settings section determines the default enrollment settings for the IMIS enrollments. The default enrollment plugin setting allows you to select which Moodle enrollment plugin to use to enroll these external users with. The user enrollment plugin duration setting, if enabled, will have the plugin first try to attempt to use the selected enrollment duration for the plugin above. Otherwise, if no duration is specified, then no enrollment duration will be set. The enrollment duration setting allows you to select the default enrollment duration. This value will be considered if the enrollment method above, selected, doesn't have an enrollment duration defined. The Enrollment Ignored in Courses setting allows you to select which courses to ignore external enrollments in. The Authentication Methods section allows you to define which authentication plugin to use. The writebacks will only occur to IMIS if the users have this authentication method selected. Otherwise, the writebacks will occur for all authentication methods if set to choose. The Reset Authentication Method setting, if enabled, will reset the authentication method for all users that are enrolled into courses via the plugin to the authentication method selected above. The New User Accounts section allows you to define the attributes that will take place for newly created user accounts via this plugin. The Allow Default ATS Password setting, if enabled, will allow the plugin to create accounts with a password of their choice, irrespective of the Moodle password policy. The Username is Same is IMIS ID setting, if enabled, will check to see if the IMIS ID is being used as the username in Moodle. If not, then the field above will be used to check if the account exists with the IMIS ID before creating a new Moodle user account. The Prevent Duplicate Email setting, if enabled, will check the email addresses for duplicate accounts before creating a new account. Now with the core plugin settings configured, we can begin setting up course progress trackers in our Moodle courses. Within the course page or the course administration menu, select the IMIS course progress setting. On the following page, select the activities and groups for the progress tracker to consider. The Send Course Score checkbox setting, if enabled, will send the course grade when the course is marked complete for the user. It's important to mention that a course can only have a maximum of one tracker at any given time. You have the option to select multiple activities and groups. If no groups are selected, then the data will be sent for all course users. If activities are selected, then upon the completion of these activities, the system will check if the completion activity and the user's group have been selected in the course progress tracker. If so, then the data will be sent via the web service. Back on the IMIS settings page, you should now see that this course progress tracker is listed as a table entry on the course progress settings section. This page will display the course name, number of activities and groups assigned to the tracker, and an action column to either edit or delete the tracker entry. You can choose to sort this table column by clicking the course, number of activities, and number of group columns. The Completion Manual Data Delivery page allows you to manually send course completion for a selected user and course. Both of these fields are required, and only one value is allowed at any given time. If the Send Activity Completion Data checkbox is selected, then the completed activity data will also be sent. The Manual Course Progress Sync page allows you to manually sync and send user and course completion data from the past 24 hours to the web service. It's worth mentioning that there are also two scheduled tasks corresponding with this plugin. Thank you for watching the Virtual Slate IMIS Data Bridge plugin overview video. We hope that you now have a more comfortable understanding of how the plugin operates.